I'd like to talk more about the Democratic candidates running in the state of Kentucky in this year's midterm elections, but I'm afraid I can't do that. It's a lost cause. We're a red state. We voted red for the last few decades. Our vote doesn't matter. I'm so sick of this narrative, and I'm done participating in this self-fulfilling prophecy stating that we cannot do anything about it. And that is what we are talking about today. We are talking about participating in your civic duty of voting when you have the ability to do so. Kentucky, we're going to break this cycle. The first way we can break this cycle is to show up. And the people that I'm asking kindly to show up are the people like me who have had the ability to vote the last couple of years, who are able to get time off of work, or who can go in before their shift starts. This is certainly not the case for most Kentuckians, but the easiest votes to get after are those of you that have the ability to do so, but are simply choosing not to for whatever specific reasons. And I know who you are. You know who you are as well. This is one of those years that we actually have to get up off our couches and we have to do that work. What's great about this first step is that according to the Movement Advancement Project, Kentucky voter registration rate is actually above 85%. It actually puts us on par with most of the country and better than many other states. We certainly have room to grow, but there are a total of 3,365,369 registered voters in the state of Kentucky as of this year's primary elections. Out of those millions of registered voters, 25.67% actually voted in the primaries. It's not fair to compare primaries to midterm elections and presidential elections, so check out this data and see for yourself that even at our best, we're still barely hitting around the 60% marks. We are still failing the expectations in utilizing our rights to vote in the state of Kentucky. Look, I'm guilty of this too. I have not voted in every possible election that I've had the ability to do so. I have done so the last few cycles. I voted in every presidential cycle, but the midterms have historically been something I've not paid attention to because in my mind, it didn't matter because everyone down the ticket was a Republican and it didn't line up with my beliefs. But it's this attitude that we have to change in the first place, because if we are the ones to say that we are defeated, then it is going to happen regardless of what you do. So let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, there are more registered Republicans in the state of Kentucky than there are Democrats. However, we're not factoring in independent voters, libertarians, other unaffiliated parties, and also not every Republican is thrilled with the current results of the Trump administration. And it might be hard to believe, but most people do disapprove of this administration. This is the best opportunity that we are going to have as Kentuckians to flip the state blue. We're going to have to work together, and we're going to actually have to put our money where our mouth is. I live in Kentucky's 4th congressional district. It's one of the reddest pockets in the state. But I still have faith in candidates like Melissa Strange replacing Thomas Massie, Charles Booker replacing the infamous Mitch McConnell. So what we need to do is take the lowest hanging fruit first, do the easiest possible thing to help push this momentum long term. My challenge to you is to talk to someone who you believe is going to vote and help us flip these seats blue. Have that conversation and just confirm, hey, you're planning on voting, right? We can then escalate that a little further and build momentum and build up to those more tougher conversations. But let's start with somebody safe and let's get this moving and let's flip Kentucky blue.